Move on to our guests, and joining me in the studios, I have two lovely ladies from Galen University. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm sorry I had to put up with that little talk I put out there just now,
It's okay.
But these things happen, and we have to be prepared for expressing our thoughts. So, Galen is back again, and I have here Miss Deanna, right?
I'm here.
And you're the Marketing, Admissions, and Public Relations at the university. And of course, Kimara, you were here also recently, Senior Marketing and Admissions Officer. You have the fall semester coming up, right?
Yes, our classes begin on September 2nd, and that's
September
why
2nd.
we're here right now to let the public know that we are still accepting applications for September.
I see.
Yes.
How's that going?
It's going very well. Our numbers are looking good, and we're hoping to recruit some more.
I don't know how long you've both been in the education sector in the university level, but do you find that more and more Belizeans are looking to get a bachelor's or a master's behind their names?
Yes.
I think times have changed, and associates doesn't cut it anymore. There's a time when Belizeans vied for an associate degree, and now we realize employers are not asking for an associate degree; they're looking for bachelor's degrees. And so it is important for us to pursue higher education.
The cost, of course, we know the cost of university education is not cheap. You can read the stories in the U.S. where I was just reading a 60-year-old man say just to finish Peyrefitte student loan. And even the president of the United States is going to forgive these loans, and are we in danger of that occurring here?
Of people owing
for their education.
Education in Belize is still affordable. I think when persons borrow money to study abroad, then you have to look for that 2-to-1. And it's double what you would pay in Belize, but it is very affordable in Belize.
It is, isn't it? The credit hour rate in Belize is, I would use the word cheap.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I think people tend to look at the price and think it's expensive and are always looking outside. And I'd like to encourage Belizeans to start looking at home first for as far as you can go, and then
Consider
go outside of the country for more. Beyond what's accessible.
Well, being in admissions and, of course, as marketing, both of you, I suspect that does come up at the beginning of the conversation, doesn't it? I want to come to Galen, I want to get a degree. How much it can cost me?
That is one of the first questions we get, and we provide that to them. So when they apply, we give them like a rough estimate, tell them like, for example, our education programs and our associate programs, those are $200 per credit hour. Then our bachelors, like our criminal justice, the accounting, those ones go at $320 per credit hour. So we give them a rough estimate, and we provide them with the unofficial pathway of the program. But once they've been accepted into the program, then they request that official cost estimate, and we provide that for them. Because, for example, some students coming from junior college, we need to evaluate their transcript to see what is transferred over for them, to give them an exact estimate of what their degree will cost. And so we do that for our students.
Average cost of getting a bachelor's at Galen. I know different studies have different costs, right? But
if you come for 4 years,
it'll roughly run you, if for the 320 per credit hour programs, around $40,000 over the 4 years. Now remember, you're not paying everything up front.
Right.
You pay by semester. And so,
if you transfer from a junior college, then it's half of that.
So around 20.
Well, like you said, I mean, I want a bachelor's. What about a master's?
So the master's in business administration, for example, that goes at $600 per credit hour. And so that would run you around $22,000 over that 18 months, because it's an 18-month program.
So if I'm sitting home, I said, I have an associate's, I want a bachelor's, and move on to a master's eventually, I need somewhere around $70,000.
No. If you already have an associate's degree, 20 and 20.
Okay, that means I don't need to do 4 years.
No. If you have an
Yeah,
associate.
then I do 2 for the bachelor's.
That's a very important clarification,
Yes.
Mr. Ernesto, because lots of our Belizeans believe that they must go to a junior college and get an associate's degree. So you find a lot of our people are hesitant to go straight to a 4-year university because they won't have that associate degree. And so a lot of times when we're recruiting, we tell our potential and prospective students that an associate's degree is not a full degree. As much as Belizeans value it, and it is a value, yes, absolutely, you don't have a full degree until you've completed your bachelor's. You know,
Right.
but I think it's because we all grew up in a time when that was what was accessible.
That was the degree at that time. And Galen, you have both options. You can go to a separate, do a 6th form at another institution, and then finish
Transfer.
up a bachelor's at Galen.
Correct.
Or from high school, I can go straight. You have one is the American system and one is the British system. The American system, you go straight from high school to university. You play and joke the first 2 years, then you get serious the last 2.
Right, so you come straight from high school and you do that 4 years to get the bachelor's, or you transfer from a junior college and then you have 2 additional years or maybe a little over 2 years to complete.
So if I already have an associate's degree, and I'm listening and I want to come to Galen, I still am looking at $40,000 to get a bachelor's and a master's.
Well, if you're going to do the batch, then go for the
Yes.
match. Yes, that is
At
correct.
least minimum.
Yes.
Would that be the least costly degree? Do you have degrees that cost more?
So our
If I
our
want to do-
education degrees are $200 per credit hour.
Right.
And other than that, all of our other degrees are
$320.
We have one associate degree program, and that's the Vet Tech program. And you can also now do an associate's in computer science, but that's at the $320 per credit hour. The Vet Tech program is also at $200 per credit hour. And that's
Okay.
Yeah. So we find a lot of people asking for that particular program. It's new, it's fresh. It gives an opportunity to to get involved in working with animals, both for food consumption as well as pets, as well as those at the zoo. And so it's really it's becoming a more popular program that people are applying for.
Right.
But I wanted to say the price at Galen University, because there's a misconception that Galen is pricey. There are no hidden costs. So what you pay at Galen is what we tell you is your tuition costs and your registration fee. That's what it's going to cost you to come to Galen. There are no book fees. There are no extra lab fees. There are no security fees. So the tuition covers everything.
It covers everything.
Yeah,
But ladies, we have to get away from this. There's no cheap education, is there?
Absolutely.
That's the whole point. I mean, if you
And once you jump 6th form, the prices are comparable. I mean, we're not more expensive than any other institution. Probably we're more affordable than other institutions once you come out of 6th form and you're trying to pursue a bachelor's degree. And the more private institutions, I want to say. And then if you want to do a master's, we are absolutely affordable for a master's degree. And we have 5 master's degree programs now.
Yes, we do.
So we have the master's in business administration and master's in economics, which I would love to see more people clamor for, because we do need more good economists in our country. We have a master's in social work that's launching this academic year. I think our coordinator was on. Because it has about quite a few people, so it has a good cohort moving into this first academic year. We have a master's in development studies and a master's in secondary education leadership. So there are options available in our country for our Belizeans and residents to pursue higher education.
And the convenience is you can work and do this at the same time.
I was just about to say that.
Not all of us have rich parents who can pay for us to go to university.
Yes.
And I guess that's a large portion of the population, isn't it?
Of Galen's student population are working to come to school.
Yes, because I was just about to say that most of our programs are fully online. So our students go to work, and then in the evening times, their classes would begin at like 6 p.m. Monday to Friday. Then occasionally on Saturdays, they may have some online classes as well.
Yeah. What's the percentage of, should I call it, dropouts? Because this is not easy to do.
Our
And some
attrition
of us
rate
are more
is
ambitious than others.
it's not really high, which is
Great.
beautiful.
That's a good.
And we would find even the students who would pause, because I'll call it a pause. We find so many of them, once they sort out their personal or financial situation, they come back. So we have every year, more and more of our Eagles re-entering Galen University. So we do not have a high dropout rate. I'd want to say maybe 10%, if that much, because that's kind of high. I mean, we do have a. So I just sent a message.
Regular universities have dropouts all the time. So.
Yeah, of course. There's always even in application. So we have a certain goal that we vie for each year, and we know out of that there's going to be an attrition rate. All of those people who apply will not move on to enrollment, right? So that's why we always kind of set some high goals, so we have room.
That's right.
For that, you know.
Of course.
But,
Of course.
But yeah, but we are still open and accepting. Our window of opportunity for application is still open.
For all
programs.
All programs, yes. And so we're doing what we call a one-stop same-day admissions. And so that kicks off this weekend. So that starts Friday, if you see it there on the screen, yes. So that starts Friday, August 23rd. We will be at our northern campus at Centro Escolar Mexico Junior College from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. So what is this one-stop same-day admission? You come, you bring your entire package, and you get a response within that same day to know if you've been accepted into your program. Usually we ask for 10 days or less, 10 business days or less to process an application. But in this case, we will be doing it that exact day.
And how much time do I have? Because once I'm accepted, I need to prepare.
Exactly.
I not only physically prepare, I have to mentally prepare. Do you have a closing date before the studies actually begin? I can be accepted today and I'm in there tomorrow.
Remember classes begin September 2nd.
Right.
So you have time.
Do I have until the 1st? To register?
We accept late registrants, so you can the first 2 weeks of school is drop-out period. So during that time, we still accept applicants because people are still switching classes. Lecturers are not fully into the groove of things yet, so you can still manage a class if you come 2 weeks after the official start date. So during the first week of September, we will still be accepting applicants right up to the second week. We have four of these one-stop shops. We actually have the last one on the 6th of September. So 1 week into school, we'll be doing one of these one-stop.
That one would be the last call, so we'll still be accepting persons then.
Because a lot of people are sitting on the fence, they're not sure, they and we find August is a really busy month for us. I mean, it's the last month before school starts, but we get the bulk of our applicants
in August
for any 1 month then, because it doesn't outdo the other months. But in this month, we get quite a lot of applications coming in.
And I'm sure there are more those who want to, but again, you have to get your finances in order.
Correct.
Because I have to convince you at some point that I can afford to begin at least. What commitment do I have to make to do that?
Well, we have financial services.
For so many credits or?
No, Galen is really accessible, Ernesto and Belizeans who are watching. You apply, you pay your $60 application fee. You confirm your acceptance.
Yes.
And then you pay a perching fee. That secures your spot. We're Eagles, so Eagles perch, right? It's a perching fee of $300. And that is also your registration fee for that first semester. And then you get orientation has started this week. So last night there was the launch of orientation where students were introduced to all of our staff and faculty and just to get the feel of that Eagle spirit as well.
That was done online?
Yes. Online, virtually online. Good. So last night. And then for this week now, you get assigned your advisor, advising starts because your new Eagles are not to register for classes before they get advising. So if they go ahead and jump on the system and do what, they will pull all their classes. They need to be guided for this first semester. Because it's important for you to not be lingering. You're looking to graduate and you never take classes you were supposed to take because you didn't get advice and you didn't follow the sequence.
And I think also that helps with the finances because you don't I know some universities have you taking credit hours you don't really need
Exactly.
just to boost the tuition.
Yep, and some students end up taking things that they don't have to take because
That
they
are not
didn't
on
get
their
advising and they might have taken it at the junior college, it transferred, but they didn't bother go to advising, and then they take the class. Nobody catches it until it's, it's too late. So it's really important to get academic advice. And once you get a knack of things, you can, in your advising, help your advisor advise you, if that makes sense, because you know where you're headed.
Yes.
Okay, so carry us through that again. Anybody listening, you need that extra push or motivation to join the Galen Eagles, you're still
Yes, so
can apply.
Meet us on the road either Friday, August 23rd at our northern campus at Centro Escolar Mexico Junior College. We will be there from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. This Saturday, the 24th, we will be at our main campus, Central Farm Cayo, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And then our last call will be Friday, September 6th at our Belize City office, the second floor at the Belize Institute of Management. So come, bring your entire application. If you need to pay your application fee and your registration fee on the spot, we will have finance representatives with us, so you can do that as well. So you're going to be completing the entire process once you come there.
But oral can do it online.
Or you can do it
do it
online.
online.
Yes, you don't have to wait for those days.
Absolutely. So we want to impress that those aren't the only 3 days.
No,
You
no,
can-
no.
Any day now, right up to the first week of September and even the second week of September, you can submit your application the normal way to admissions at
Yes.
galen.edu.bz. And we're accelerating the process now because we're nearing to the start of school, so we don't want students lingering or languishing, which we never do. And we say 10 days, and within a week,
We
in
try
rare
this
occasion,
to get
we'd
out
have
response.
they extend beyond that 10 because of something that's missing from their package. But
Besides time, what exactly do I need to start when it comes to hardware?
hardware,
Obviously, I need a
computer,
computer,
or an
Unstable
either a
internet
table
connection.
or a laptop, but it can be a little wimpy thing, right? It has to be of some level because you mentioned you don't have book fees and so on, but I suspect
We provide you
you'll provide
digital.
that
a lot of open
online.
source and
Right.
free books we do use. And I see a lot of students do a lot on their devices. These devices really,
Really?
are
On that?
fantastic. I don't know how. We'll have a lot of blind, deaf people. These young people who are forever. I mean,
Yeah.
some of us older people, because old as well. But they do a lot on their devices. I'm amazed.
Wow, I am
mean,
amazed too.
We have a
Yeah,
number
how
of
much
students,
they
they
can
log
do.
in on their phone and they have their Microsoft accounts and different things set up on their phone. So they're
But we encourage them to use a computer. But
It helps,
this
yeah.
is the generation we're in. But yeah, it is so the mindset that I need to do this. No, there's no reason to delay the inevitable. If I want to be promoted, if I want a job at a certain income bracket, I want to be able to apply for certain opportunities, I need education because that's still what the employers are looking for.
Right.
So people would talk about whether experience or a degree is more important. A combination is what is fantastic, but get your degree. Don't downplay the importance of that.
At the end of the day,
That degree. Right now in the
That
public
helps.
service, we're seeing promotions happening based on the degree you have, and so we see a lot of our public officers coming back to the academia and coming back to get their education. But for the general public as well, everybody, it's important. And sometimes I'm saying you don't have to get educated just because you want a job, for your own self-development and actualization.
you're
which
never
is
too old,
important.
right?
You're never too old. Last night on the orientation, we were asking who was our oldest.
youngest and our oldest.
Our oldest. I
eagle.
think we had somebody who was 960. But I mean, and whenever the opportunity arises, when you're ready, come. The sooner the better. But sometimes family and
other things
get in the way. But never give up on that.
Ladies, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
for
so
dropping
very
in,
much,
Deanna and Kimara. And Until next time.
Until next time.
We will talk again. Stay with us, folks. We'll be looking still at education, this time vocational training. We'll be right back.